serious.
Oh, come on, Chrissy.
Knock it off.
Hey, leave her alone, man.
It's not worth it, sweetie.
Forget your tip.
Somewhere on a planet called Krypton, a woman is giving birth to a baby boy. Her husband, Jor-El, is helping her during the birth. On Krypton, babies are no longer born naturally, they are created and grown in labs. But this baby is different. He is the first child in many generations to be born the natural way. The planet Krypton is about to be destroyed because its core has become unstable. This happened after many years of using the planet's natural resources and taking energy from its core. A scientist named Jor-El tells the leaders that they should have moved everyone to other places in the galaxy. He asks for the Codex, a device that holds the genetic blueprint for every Kryptonian who has ever been born so as to ensure the survival of their people. Before the council can say anything, General Zod bursts in and kills the guards.
This council has been disbanded. These lawmakers, with their endless debates, have led Krypton to ruin. Help me save our race.
I will honor the man you once were, Zod, not this monster you've become.
Take him away.
Sir, is everything all right?
Out of the way.
You see the Codex?
It's just beneath the central hub, sir.
Jor-El takes the Codex and brings it home, where his wife is waiting. Using Kryptonian advanced technology, he puts the Codex's genetic information directly into their baby cells. Meanwhile, Lara has found a faraway planet where their son can live safely. They name their lovely baby Karl-El and place him in a small spaceship. As they get ready to send him away, Lara hesitates, heartbroken that she will never hear his first words or see him take his first steps. Jor-El comforts her, saying their son is meant for great things and will do amazing things on Earth. Just as the ship starts to launch, General Zod shows up, trying to stop them and demanding the Codex back.
I know you stole the Codex, Jor-El.
This is a second chance for all of Krypton.
What have you done?
Krypton's first natural birth in centuries.
Destroy it! Lara, listen to me. Your son, Lara. Where have you sent him? Bring that ship down.
After Zod kills Jor-El, the remaining government forces capture him and his followers. As punishment, they are sent to the Phantom Zone for 300 cycles of somatic reconditioning, a sentence that is basically like a death sentence.
But you'll damn us to a black hole for eternity. I will reclaim what you have taken from us. I will find him!
Shouldn't you find refuge?
There is no refuge, Kilo.
But not long after, Krypton explodes, and the destruction frees Zod and his followers from the Phantom Zone. The then brings us to the present day. Kal-El, now living on Earth under the name Clark Kent, is working on a fishing boat, keeping a low profile. Suddenly, news comes over the ship's radio that an oil rig nearby is on fire and the workers are trapped, with no help coming. Without hesitation, Clark springs into action. He leaps into the water, crashes through the rig's doors, and rushes inside to rescue everyone.
Wait, I got some guys in the helipad! Get that last guy loaded! Hey, let's go!
Clark holds up part of the burning rig, stopping it from collapsing just long enough for the workers to escape safely onto a rescue helicopter. Clark sinks into the water, and as he drifts deeper, memories of his childhood rush back. A young Clark Kent is sitting in his classroom, overwhelmed by his powers. He can hear every sound, X-ray vision, and it's all too much for him to handle. Scared and confused, he panics and runs to hide in a dark room. His classmates laugh and call him crazy. His mother, Martha Kent, is called to help. She gently talks to him, telling him to focus only on her voice. She asks him to picture the world as small as an island, and to let everything else fade away. Slowly, Clark starts to calm down, and he hugs his mother tightly, feeling safe again. Back in the present, after surviving the oil rig explosion, Clark finds himself washed up on shore. To stay hidden, he steals some clothes and begins walking down the road. As he walks, he sees a school bus, which brings back another memory. Years ago, on a ride home from school, a bully named Pete Ross was picking on him.
Hey, asswipe.
Leave him alone, Pete.
Oh, what, he was girlfriend?
The school bus suddenly crashes off a bridge and plunges into the river. As the bus sinks, Clark quickly springs into action. Using his incredible strength, he pulls the entire bus out of the water and onto the shore, saving the lives of all the kids inside.
I'm sure what he thought he saw
Was an act of God, Jonathan. Lana saw it too, and the Fordham boy.
I just wanted to help.
I know you did, but we talked about this.
What was I supposed to do? Just let him die?
When the world finds out what you can do, it's going to change everything. You saw how Pete's mom reacted, right? People are afraid of what they don't understand.
Later, Jonathan Kent takes Clark to the garage and shows him the spaceship they found him in as a baby. He also reveals a strange metallic device that was discovered with him. Jonathan explains that he once gave the metal to a top scientist, who said it didn't match anything on the periodic table. It wasn't from Earth. Jonathan warns Clark that if he reveals his powers too early, people might fear or reject him. But he also reassures Clark that one day, the right time will come. When that day arrives, Clark will be able to show the world who he really is, and people will be ready to accept him. In the meantime, Clark continues to live quietly, taking small jobs to stay off the radar and avoid attention. At one point, he works as a waiter at a bar.
Come on, Chrissy.
Knock it off.
Hey, leave her alone, man.
It's not worth it, sweetie.
Hey, asshole, don't forget your tip.
A spaceship is discovered in Antarctica, and a reporter named Lois Lane from the Daily Planet arrives to cover a developing story. Lois is determined to uncover the truth, convinced that the public has a right to know what's really going on. However, the military officials at the site brush off her questions and insist that nothing out of the ordinary is happening. Despite their dismissal, Lois remains suspicious and deeply curious about the mysterious spaceship buried in the ice.
There's definitely something down there.
A submarine, maybe Soviet era?
The ice surrounding the object, it's nearly 20,000 years old.
Where the hell are you going?
Curious, Lois starts to follow him. At the same time, Clark uses his heat vision to melt a path through the huge frozen mountain. As he goes deeper, he finally finds a buried spaceship. Inside, he meets a high-tech computer system. Clark is wearing the key his father Jonathan gave him when he was a boy. When he puts the key into the ship's control panel, a hologram of Jor-El appears. Clark follows the hologram and notices some strange-looking pods. Meanwhile, Lois, still following him, sneaks onto the ship. The ship's computer system attacks her. When Clark hears her voice, he quickly comes to help and saves her just in time. She is badly hurt with internal bleeding, but Clark uses his heat vision to stop it. The next morning, Clark quietly leaves Lois in a safe place in Antarctica and takes off with the spaceship. Lois is left in awe, realizing she had just encountered someone extraordinary, a real savior. Determined to tell the world, she returns to the Daily Planet and pitches the story to her editor, Perry White. She tells him it's the biggest news ever, proof of an alien living among them. But Perry refuses to publish it, worried it could cause mass panic and put their team in danger. Still, Lois isn't ready to give up. She reaches out to another reporter and shares the evidence she gathered at the site, hoping to get the truth out by any means necessary. Clark turns to the hologram of Jor-El and asks him to tell the truth about who he really is. Jor-El explains everything.
To see you standing there having grown into an adult.
Who are you?
I am your father, Cal.
I have so many questions.
You came from Krypton. Our race spread out through the stars, seeking new worlds to settle upon. We built outposts on other planets, using great machines to reshape environments to our needs. Eventually, our military leader, General Zod, attempted a coup. All Kryptonians were conceived in chambers such as this. Your mother and I believed Krypton had lost something precious. What if a child dreamed of becoming something other than what society had intended for him or her? The dream your mother and I dedicated our lives to preserve. The symbol of the House of El means hope.
Why am I so different from them?
Earth's sun is younger. Your cells have drunk in its radiation. Earth's gravity is weaker. You've grown stronger here than I ever could have imagined. They will join you in the sun, Cal.
The story then shifts back to Lois Lane, still determined to uncover the truth about the mysterious man who saved her. Her search leads her to Clark's hometown, Smallville, where she meets Martha, Kentucky. From there, she visits the local cemetery and finds Jonathan Kent's grave. As she stands by the headstone, Clark appears. He quietly asks why she's been following him. Lois tells him that she knows he has incredible powers and truly believes he could be a force for good in the world, but she doesn't understand why he chooses to hide. In that moment, Clark opens up and shares a painful memory.
I just want to do something useful with my life.
So farming, feeding people, that's not useful.
I don't even know why I'm listening to you. You're not my dad. You're just some guy who found me in a field.
Clark!
We've been doing the best we can, and we've been making this up as we go along, so maybe... Dad, hold on.
Take cover! Take cover!
No, over there! Just follow them!
Take cover!
Hey, still in the car!
No. Get your mom to the overpass.
Hey! Jonathan! It's okay.
Jonathan!
No, stay here.
I let my father die because he was convinced that the world was not ready.
Deeply moved by Clark's story and the weight he carries, Lois returns to her office and tells Perry she's dropping the report. Perry, surprised but impressed by her choice, tells her she's doing the right thing. Meanwhile, Clark, needing comfort, visits his mother in Smallville. Her face lights up the moment she sees him. Clark gently tells her that he's finally discovered who he truly is. Martha feels a deep sense of pride, but there are tears in her eyes. Part of her fears that now that Clark understands his true origin, he might leave her behind. But Clark, sensing her worry, reassures her. He tells her he's not going anywhere, and that no matter what, he still loves her deeply. Meanwhile, the U.S. military picks up strange satellite images. Massive alien ships are approaching Earth. Not long after, power outages begin spreading rapidly across the globe. Then, every screen, phones, TVs, billboards, suddenly turns black, replaced by a chilling broadcast. In every language, a warning is delivered. Someone named Kal-El has been living secretly among humans. Unless he surrenders, the entire world will suffer the consequences. Fear and confusion ripple across the planet. Panic spreads as people everywhere begin to ask the same question. Who is Kal-El?
You are not alone.
My name is General Zod. For some time, your world has sheltered one of my citizens. He will have made efforts to blend in. He will look like you. Surrender within 24 hours, or watch this world suffer.
A reporter Lois had trusted with her findings about the alien leaks the story on television, exposing not just the existence of the alien, but Lois's connection to him. Shortly after, the FBI and military swarm her home and arrest her for questioning. Meanwhile, Clark, watching events spiral out of control, seeks solace in a quiet church. There, he wonders if surrendering himself to Zod might save humanity, or if it would only lead to something worse.
Even if I surrender, there's no guarantee he'll keep his word. I can save Earth by turning myself in.
What does your gut tell you?
Zod can't be trusted.
Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith first. The trust part comes later.
Clark willingly turns himself in to the military, letting them handcuff and bring him in for questioning. In the interrogation room, he sits with Lois, who asks about the symbol on his chest. Clark tells her it means hope in Kryptonian culture. Lois, smiling, suggests they call him Superman. Clark then calmly breaks the handcuffs and speaks to the military. He tells them he's lived on Earth for 33 years without ever hurting anyone and assures them they have no reason to be afraid of him. Later, Superman goes to the place where Zod's people were called. A Kryptonian spaceship arrives, and 2 of Zod's soldiers come out. They ask for Superman and Lois Lane to be handed over. The military tries to stop them, but Lois agrees to go. Inside the alien ship, Lois gets a breathing mask because the air isn't safe for humans. Meanwhile, Superman starts to feel weak. The Kryptonian air makes him sick. He coughs up blood and loses his strength. General Zod makes fun of Superman, saying Earth's air has made him weak. Then Zod explains his plan. He wants to turn Earth into a new Krypton by destroying everything and building over it. He demands that Superman give him the Codex.
Father, our foremost scientist, I and my fellow officers were sentenced to the Phantom Zone. We were adrift, destined to float amongst the ruins of our planet, and so the instrument of our damnation became our salvation. We salvaged what we could. Armor, weapons, even a world engine. We detected a distress beacon when you accessed the ancient scout ship. Your father stole the registry's codex.
For what purpose?
So that Krypton can live again on Earth. Where is the codex, Cal?
What happens to Earth?
A foundation has to be built on something.
I can't be a part of this.
Then what can you be a part of? No!
Lois, locked inside a sealed chamber, uses the command key Clark entrusted to her. When she activates it, Jor-El's AI materializes and swiftly guides her through an escape plan. He alters the ship's atmosphere to make it breathable for humans and unlocks the doors, giving Lois a path to a nearby escape vessel. As Faura and her troops close in, Jor-El provides a brief distraction, allowing Lois to reach the pod and launch it toward Earth. However, the pod becomes damaged, and a fire starts to ignite. At the same time, Superman regains his powers and defeats Zod's men, punching through the walls of the spaceship. Jor-El encourages him, saying, "It's time to save both your homeworld and the world you've grown to love." As Lois's escape pod hurtles back through the atmosphere, Superman reaches it just in time, breaking through the pod's door and catching Lois in his arms before it crashes. Moments later, Zod and his soldiers storm into Martha Kent's home, demanding to know the whereabouts of the Kryptonian ship.
Clark!
The craft he arrived in. Where is it?
Where is the Codex? Bitch, you got Jordan, my mother!
What have you done to me?
Get inside. It's not safe.
They are extremely dangerous, and we have been authorized to use deadly force.
Cleared hot, weapons free. Copy 1-1, weapons free. CCT, we're approaching LCJ Hawk. It's down at 5. Oh shit.
A good death is its own reward.
For every human you save, we will kill 1 million more.
The military spots Superman again, but this time, instead of aiming their weapons, they lower them, a gesture of respect. In that moment, Superman realizes that he is no longer seen as a threat, but finally accepted as an ally by the people of Earth. On the mothership, a Kryptonian scientist informs Zod that after analyzing Superman's blood, they've discovered his DNA contains a perfect match for the Codex, the genetic blueprint needed to resurrect the Kryptonian race. Zod questions whether Superman must remain alive to access it, but the scientist assures him they can extract what they need from his body, dead or alive. With no further reason to keep Superman alive, Zod resolves to destroy him. He begins preparations to deploy the world engine, a massive device capable of terraforming Earth's atmosphere to replicate Krypton's, ensuring his people's survival. 2 massive machines are activated, one in the United States, the other in the Indian Ocean. As they begin to fire powerful energy beams into the Earth, the planet is rocked by devastating earthquakes, its gravity intensifies, and the climate begins to spiral into chaos. Cities tremble, skies darken, and terrified civilians flee in panic as destruction spreads across the globe.
Planetary engineering modifying the Earth's atmosphere and topography.
Northcom Lightning 1.
Amid the turmoil, Lois Lane arrives with urgent news. Armed with critical information Jor-El had shared with her aboard the Kryptonian ship, she reveals she knows how to stop the machines and save the planet. The plan is to use the spacecraft that Superman arrived in. If it collides with one of the world engine, it will create a singularity that will eventually form a mini black hole, destroying the devices. The military agrees to the plan and quickly prepares a C-17 fighter jet, loading Superman's spacecraft onto it. Meanwhile, Superman heads to the Indian Ocean to destroy the other machine. He fights with all his might, but the gravitational pull of the world engine is too strong, pinning him down. Jor-El's consciousness tries to reason with Zod, warning that he is repeating the same mistakes. But Zod refuses to listen. He declares that he will destroy Earth, kill Superman, and rebuild Krypton from the ashes of his son's bones. In a final act of defiance, Zod commands the AI to erase Jor-El's consciousness. Before disappearing, Jor-El tells Zod that his son will end what we started. As the world teeters on the edge of destruction, Superman, battered but resolute, rises once more. Drawing on every ounce of his strength, he soars into the heart of the chaos and destroys the world engine in the Indian Ocean. With its destruction, the gravitational force weakens, and the Earth begins to stabilize. Meanwhile, Lois and the military engage in a fierce battle against Zod's soldiers. Amid the chaos, Zod targets a military transport plane carrying Superman's spacecraft, intending to obliterate it. But Superman arrives in the nick of time, intercepting Zod and saving the plane.
A good death is its own reward.
We could have built a new Krypton in this squalor, and now I have no people. I will take them all from you one by one. Either you die or I do. If you love these people so much, you can mourn for them.
Never.
Superman is forced to kill Zod by breaking his neck, something he's never done before. It's the first time he's ever used his powers to take a life, and it leaves him shaken. He didn't want to hurt anyone, but he knew he had to do it to save humanity. The scene shifts to a satellite crashing near a military base. Superman shows up and tells the military they can't keep watching him. He wants to live his life freely, without the government trying to control him. He warns them that if they try to spy on him again, he'll destroy more satellites, no matter how expensive they are. Later, Superman visits Jonathan's grave with his mother, Martha. He tells her how he wishes Jonathan were still alive to see what happened. Martha comforts him, saying Jonathan would be proud. He always believed Clark would do something great. Clark then shares his next step. He wants a job that helps him stay aware of everything going on in the world. He becomes a journalist and starts working at the Daily Planet, where Lois Lane happily welcomes him. If you did enjoy our recap, do give us a thumbs up and share. See you on the next one.